sorry about that. Number 10, acting first selectman. We all agenda from me. I'd like to have a recommendation and a motion for acting first selectman.
Can I just say something before we go here?
I'll allow Carol, go ahead.
Thank you. Last week, this was voted on, and if that's, and I understand that we're doing it again because there was the quorum, the necessary number of votes was not achieved last week. I would just like to say that my understanding has always been that the acting first selectman is a role that is filled by a person who has spent some time in the Board of Selectmen. Someone who may have some prior experience with circumstances that can come up in the absence of a selectman. We have had circumstances in Clinton where we've had snow emergencies, we've had power outages that have lasted the better part of the week, we've had hurricanes, we've had just about any type of emergency that you can think of. And my opinion is that the person who has the most experience as a selectman should be the acting first selectman just because of the experience that would be necessary in an emergency situation. Now, and I have to say, I have been acting first selectman for at least 6 years. The occasions when it was necessary for me to step in and act as a first selectman have been next to none, but in the event that something were to happen, I just think it would be, and I'm not saying this from a personal perspective, I'm saying it from the perspective of looking out for the town. I think having an experienced individual in the role of acting first selectman, in the event it was ever necessary for someone to take that role, I think being an experienced selectman would be a benefit to the town. End of commentary. So.
All right, so we're looking for a recommendation and motion.
Well, I'd like to recommend Jack as the acting first selectman.
You need a motion, is that a motion or you don't need a motion?
That's a motion.
He needs a second.
So it's your motion.
That's my motion. My motion is to nominate Jack Scherban as the acting chair, or the replacement chair, or whatever you want to call it. Acting first selectman.
Go to second.
No, I can I?
You can second yourself, yeah.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Oh, sorry, discussion.
Now discussion.
Sorry,
Okay.
discussions.
Well, I'll echo, some things came to light. I didn't realize, I'll sort of second, at least to some degree, what Carol said. I was unaware that there seemed to be some sort of history with this where, I don't know if it's a tradition or it only happened in the last few years. I have no idea, but where the person perhaps with the most experience on the board would get this so-called assignment. And so I think that's, it's a consideration. It's maybe a bubble type of thing. And that it be the person that's had the most experience. It makes sense. So it's, it's a consideration, and, give Carol her due. She's been here and seen a lot, done a lot, and so forth. And so just, I'm becoming a believer in not being partisan about things. In the old days, I would say, you won the election, do what you want, pick, make your decisions, pick who you want. In this time, it's nice to, maybe it doesn't have to be partisan all the time. So, I think Carol's got an argument, and we should respect that. And, that's about all I can say?
Well, I'll add to it. I don't know Carol that well. I certainly respect you for all the time you put into the Board of Selectmen. It's no easy undertaking. I do know Jack extremely well. And know that he's very well versed in what takes place within the town and budgets, etc. So it does come down for me to what I'm most comfortable with and my understanding of the person. We don't always agree, Jack and I, but I know him well enough, and I certainly know that you put the town as the first whenever your decisions come into play. But again, my history is with Jack in terms of what I know his actions are and how he operates, and so I have to defer to him at this point. Any other discussion? Where do we leave up? Have a motion.
Well, there's a
Sorry,
motion.
Can I have a
A
vote?
second. Voting
All
for
in favor,
Jack.
sorry.
Aye.
Against? Abstaining?
Yeah.
It's a yes vote. Abstain is a yes.
You have to vote or not.
So I'll vote in favor.
In favor?
Yeah.
Okay. And Phil, was yours against or abstaining? With Carol? Okay.
I oppose.
I don't know. Put your hand up so fast.
All right, now we are on to number 11.